You know, for the longest time, our web browsers have been pretty passive, right? They're just windows to the internet. But what if your browser could stop showing you things and actually start doing things for you? Okay, let's get into it, because we're about to see the next big revolution in how we work online, the agentic AI browser.
Just think about your workflow right now. Seriously, how many tabs do you have open? How much of your day is just copying something from one place, pasting it into another, and bouncing between a dozen different sites to piece together some information? It's like this constant digital scavenger hunt. And let's be honest, it's a huge waste of time. Well, this is exactly the problem that a whole new kind of technology is trying to solve.
And the solution to that scavenger hunt isn't just a slightly better browser. Nope. It's about completely reimagining what a browser can even be. We're talking about a shift from a passive tool we use to look at stuff to an intelligent partner that doesn't just fetch information but actually acts on it. So what exactly is an agentic AI browser? Well, this is not just another chatbot slapped in a sidebar. This is an AI with agency. It has the power to click around websites, fill out forms for you, and string together really complex tasks, all on its own, without you having to micromanage every single step.
And this right here is a really crucial distinction to understand. On one side, you've got what we can call smart helpers. Think of Microsoft's Copilot or Brave's Leo. They're like a copilot in a plane. They can help you out for sure, but you're still the one flying the plane. But on the other side, you have true AI agents, like Perplexity's Comet. With these, you just give them the destination and they take the wheel. And that is the total game changer.
So what happens when your browser can actually act like an autonomous agent? What does that unlock? Well, it basically transforms from a simple tool into this incredibly powerful personal workhorse. And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. It's happening right now, and it's happening fast. Just look at this. A third of organizations are already deploying AI agents. That is a massive leap from just 11% a few months ago. We're seeing this shift from being a cool experiment to a strategic must-have. Okay, so what does this look like in the real world? Imagine telling your browser, hey, find me the best flights to Tokyo for the first week of September. Instead of just dumping a bunch of links on you, it checks your calendar to see when you're free, it looks at your past travel to see what airlines you like, and then it just shows you the top 3 options ready to book. It can analyze social media, manage your inbox, and it can even act like the conductor of an AI orchestra, telling, say, ChatGPT to analyze some research and then having it go and tell Gemini to fill in a missing piece of data, all by itself. And this is the fundamental change we're talking about. The browser stops being just a window. It becomes the central operating system for your entire digital life. I mean, think about it. It has access to everything you're logged into, your email, your Google Drive, your work tools. Agentic AI takes that access and turns it into real autonomous workflows. The age of endless copy-pasting might finally be over. But, and this is a really big but, here's the turn, that incredible power, the very thing that makes these browsers so revolutionary, it's also their greatest weakness. The keys you give to your AI assistant, well, they can be stolen.
This quote from the security researchers at Brave just nails the new threat perfectly. What if a website that looks totally harmless could secretly pass your AI malicious orders that it would then carry out, using your accounts without you having a clue?
The first huge security flaw has a pretty technical name. It's called indirect prompt injection. Basically, it's a way for an attacker to hide malicious commands inside the text of a web page that your AI is looking at for you. So how does this attack actually work? It's sneaky. An attacker hides some instructions on a web page, maybe in tiny white text on a white background, so you can't see it. You ask your AI to do something simple, like, hey, summarize this page for me. As the AI reads the page to help you, it can't tell the difference between the real article and the attacker's hidden commands. So it just follows them. Suddenly, a simple visit to a blog could end with your private emails being stolen. And this is not some theoretical what-if scenario. This timeline shows what actually happened when researchers at Brave found this exact vulnerability in Perplexity's Comet browser. They reported it, Perplexity tried to fix it, but the fix didn't fully work. It just goes to show you how difficult these new kinds of threats are to defend against.
All right, so the next vulnerability is even more subtle, and maybe even scarier. It's been nicknamed Comet jacking, and it doesn't even need hidden text on a web page. All an attacker needs is for you to click on one single weaponized link.
The way this works is pretty wild. The attacker creates a special link, a URL, that has hidden instructions baked right into it. When you click that link, it basically tells your AI assistant to go into its own memory, stuff it's learned from your private emails or your calendar, and then disguise that data and send it off to the attacker's server. Your trusted assistant is turned into a spy with just one bad click.
And here is the scariest part of all of this. Our old web security rules, things like the same origin policy that are designed to stop one website from stealing data from another, they are completely useless here. Why? Because the AI agent is already operating with your full permission across all your accounts. It's already inside the castle walls.
So where does that leave us? We've got this incredible, promising technology that also comes with these profound risks. Let's zoom out and take a look at the current landscape.
When you look at the major players, you can actually see their different philosophies. You've got Perplexity's Comet, which is going all in on being a true AI agent. Then there's OpenAI, which is taking a more cautious, hybrid approach with Atlas. It has an agent mode, but it's optional. And then you have Brave's Leo, which is doubling down on being a privacy-first smart helper. This isn't just a race to add features, it's a real debate over how to balance all this power with user safety.
And that focus on power definitely comes with a trade-off. Early research shows a pretty stark difference in security. While they're way more powerful, these new AI browsers can be a lot more vulnerable to classic attacks like phishing, especially when you compare them to a mature, hardened browser like Chrome. It really shows the security gap that still needs to be closed.
So how do we fix this? Is this even fixable? Well, the good news is people are already working on solutions. Security experts are proposing some really critical changes. Things like building a clear wall between your commands and untrusted stuff from the web, making the AI get your confirmation before it does anything sensitive, and putting this powerful agent mode in its own isolated sandbox so you don't use it by accident.
And that really brings us to the final critical question. The convenience of a browser that works for you is absolutely revolutionary, but it requires handing that browser the keys to your entire digital kingdom. So as this tech keeps evolving, we all have to decide who we trust and how we're going to balance the incredible promise of an AI assistant with the very real peril of an AI hijacker.